survive in the world we live in. Yeah, well, there's also different kinds of fighting. There's emotional, mental, physical, spiritual. Physical fighting is obviously all about physical security, at least if in the purest sense of it, it's about protecting yourself and the people you love from physical harm. Obviously. Anything else is a deviation from the purest form. Martial arts training is great for that. Yeah, well, that's along the sense of more of a mental and emotional fighting, which really means knowing what's really important and being able to stand your ground and defend that, and also support it and encourage it, because the idea of living a very peaceful life is something that can be offered. Lots of forces in the modern world offer the opposite. They offer destruction and chaos and anxiety. And so to live a kind of life that actually, for other people, offers a different example. For example, if you live a life of deep meditation and reflection and contemplation and you find a very strong sense of peace, you can then offer that to the world. And that's a kind of fighting against the corruption and destruction and chaos and insanity of much of the modern world. You have to be able to accept darkness to find peace. Actually, peace comes when you transcend darkness, but you can't transcend darkness if you don't totally accept it. People are afraid of darkness. A lot of people are afraid of darkness, and so they can't have peace, because darkness is always threatening light. If you're one of these people where you think you're light and you're on the side of the light, you will always be threatened by darkness, obviously. And the same in reverse. So to accept darkness and light, to realize their unity within you, that's the only way to have true peace with the situation. The funny thing about human darkness is there's a level where it doesn't exist. So from the human perspective, when it comes to awakening, your consciousness can operate, we could say, at a certain dimension, at a certain level within the human experience, and you will experience a great deal of darkness at that level. Often people try to fight darkness in that level, but they don't realize if they transcended and rose above that state, that same darkness doesn't exist. Only if you go down to where that level, if you go down to operating in that level, does that sort of chaos and anger and hatred and violence and war, that only exists at a very, very primitive level of human consciousness. If you go in there to fight that, you're insane, because you've just stepped into the darkness and the war and the chaos to try to fight it. All you have to do is rise above it. If you can leave that behind, you'll enter into a space of human consciousness where there is no cause for war. It does not exist there, and so you can't fight it. You would have to leave that peace of mind to enter into a more primitive form of consciousness to experience war and therefore try to fight it. People don't realize that. People try to go to war with war, thinking that that's going to end it, and that's how the cycle repeats. You get stuck trying to fight. You're actually fighting yourself. Anyway, this is higher level martial arts. You reach a point where there's no fighting anymore. Or rather, at this level, you realize that the battle is within you. And so you maintain equilibrium and balance, and then there's no conflict. There's no war anymore.